You ever come back from a trip just hoping for a little peace, maybe some of that fresh cedar smell and the comfort of your own bed? And instead you wind up standing on your front porch with a key that won't even turn hands full of luggage, wondering if you've lost your mind or your house. That was me still wearing hiking boots, face sunburned, just wanting a shower and a nap. My front door wasn't jammed, wasn't stuck, just flat out wrong like it belonged to somebody else's life. For half a second I thought, well, maybe I turned into the wrong driveway. Wouldn't be the first time I'd done something dumb after a week of eating trail mix and sleeping under the stars. But I looked up and there they were, my wind chimes, the ones I made from horseshoes and fishing lures, still clinking in the wind, telling me, yeah, this was definitely my place, only something wasn't right. So I circled around back and bam, I spot two strangers. Total strangers, mind you, on my patio, wrapped in hotel-style robes, barefoot, sipping red wine, like they'd just stepped out of a spa commercial, TV cranked up on my deck, feet propped on my table. I'm standing there not sure if I should laugh or call the cops, or maybe just start clapping to see if Ashton Kutcher pops out yelling, "You've been punked." Instead, I say as loud as I can, "Excuse me, what the hell are you doing in my house?" The woman barely glances up, gives me this bored look and says, "Oh, you must be the property manager. Karen said someone might drop off towels." Karen McClintock, the HOA president. The same one who fined me $75 because my mailbox flag was, I kid you not, one shade too faded for her liking. The woman who once filed an official complaint about my backyard tomatoes because apparently heirloom doesn't mean aesthetically pleasing to her. Yeah, that Karen. I asked the couple to show me the listing, and sure enough, there it is online. Rustic modern gem. Pet. Friendly, fully stocked with photos straight out of my own living room. My coffee table, my granddad's old desk, even my dog's ratty bed. I felt sick, like I'd swallowed a handful of ice cubes. The guy Mitch looks genuinely confused, says, "Wait, you're telling me this isn't her house?" I tell him, "Buddy, I bought this place. My name's on the deed. Karen has zero rights to rent it out." Honestly, I couldn't even blame these folks. They'd been duped just as much as me. But I needed answers fast, so I called the sheriff. 15 minutes later, here comes Karen herself. Sun hat, clipboard, lemon tart, strutting up my driveway like she's Martha Stewart running for Congress. "Oh dear, you're back early," she says, all syrupy like I'd crashed her brunch. I go, "Did you rent out my house?" She doesn't even blink, just tells me the HOA assumed temporary stewardship under some imaginary clause 19B or maybe 21C, whatever new fairy tale she printed last week, then claims I probably clicked a digital waiver because those are legally binding, you know? She's got this confidence like she's either 3 steps ahead of everyone or just plain delusional. That's when Deputy Walton arrives. Solid guy, coached my nephew's softball team once, so I know he's got sense. I tell him the deal. Karen tries to butt in with her infamous binder, this thing packed with printouts and made-up bylaws. Walton just shrugs her off, asks me straight, "You're still on the deed?" I say yes. He turns to Karen and goes, "You got any actual legal doc that gives you management rights?" She starts rattling off about neighborhood enhancement and flipping through color-coded tabs until he cuts her off. "Ma'am, if his name's on the deed and he didn't authorize this, you're in some real trouble." I saw her face crack just for a split second. The couple packed up and left, apologizing over and over, while Karen stalked off muttering about board-sanctioned initiatives and threatening that I'd regret embarrassing her. Well, I couldn't sleep at home that night. The locks had been changed, no spare key anywhere, so I crashed at my cousin Nate's place. Over a couple of cheap beers, Nate says if she got inside your house, who knows what else she's been doing in there. That kept me up half the night. Next morning, I call my buddy Max. He's in cybersecurity and show him the Airbnb profile. In less than an hour, he's traced the email back to Karen's HOA director account. And get this, he finds a whole pile of forged documents, faked HOA minutes, doctored approval votes, even one that says I'd approved the use of my home for community fundraising. Max cracks up, says, "Dude, she forged you. She's running a ghost hotel on your dime." That night, I crawl through the laundry room window. Yeah, I broke into my own house, and it's like I walked into a Pottery Barn ad. Folded towels, scented candles, a chalkboard by the sink saying, "Make yourself at home," a duffel bag on my bed with a laminated welcome sheet taped on top. I don't touch a thing, just start taking photos, every bottle of wine under the guest bed, every drawer reorganized for strangers, even a fat envelope labeled cleaning fee with $200 in it. I flip on the Nest Cam and let Max log in remotely. If Karen pops up, we'd have her on video. Here's where it gets wild. I make a fake Airbnb account and message Karen pretending to be a new guest. She replies within the hour, smiley faces, discount codes, signs off warm regards, Karen. So I book it, and next day I show up at my own front door, rolling a suitcase and wearing a hidden body cam. Karen opens up like she's the hostess of the year, offers me wine, gives me a full tour, even brags about managing the property under community oversight, all caught on tape, audio and all. I leave out the back, meet Max across the street, swap clothes in his car, then drive straight to the sheriff's office. Deputy Walton watches the footage, shakes his head, says, "She's not just in hot water, she's swimming in it." The very next morning, the sheriff himself shows up. Karen's inside folding towels and lighting candles, getting ready for her next guests. He knocks on the door, looks her right in the eye, says, "Karen McClintock, you're under investigation for fraud, unlawful entry, identity theft, and unauthorized property rental." She tries to drag the new guests into it, says, "Tell them you're happy with your stay." The sheriff doesn't miss a beat, ma'am. They're victims, not witnesses. Karen freezes, tries to bolt, but Deputy Rollins blocks the way. She shrieks about harassment and claims HOA diplomatic immunity, which is about as real as her bylaws. The sheriff's reply, "Your HOA position doesn't grant you diplomatic immunity." That line, man, it went viral online before the day was over. Turns out my house wasn't the only one. She'd rented out at least 5 other homes the same way, and neighbors started crawling out of the woodwork with their own stories. One guy's wine collection wiped out. Another neighbor's grandma's wedding ring vanished. Someone else found a GoPro hidden in a fake smoke detector. Guests didn't even know they were being watched. And then the big twist, Max finds another name buried in those faked documents, Lucas Bent, Karen's own cousin, who she made compliance officer in a secret HOA session. He wasn't even a homeowner, just a renter. Broke down and confessed as soon as the cops called him in, said Karen promised him a cut and a spot on the board. We put together a class action lawsuit, neighbors, victims, all of us, and Karen got hauled off in cuffs. The entire HOA board resigned in disgrace, and for 3 months I ended up leading the transition team, which honestly just meant a lot of public meetings and one rule: no more property usage without the owners say so. Karen's now doing time for fraud, surveillance, impersonation, the works. She lost her house, her title, her whole empire of control. I changed the locks, put up new lights, planted a tomato garden, and labeled the gate unapproved Flora just to be petty. Adopted a rescue dog named Scout. These days folks wave when I walk him. We have BBQs, no permits needed. The air just feels lighter, you know. But you want to know the last twist? One day, Karen pulls up across the street, just parks there, arms folded, sunglasses on, staring at the house like she could burn it down with her mind. Doesn't say a word, just peels out and vanishes. I realized right then I didn't need revenge, didn't need some grand victory lap. I just wanted my home and my peace back, and I got it. Funny how a neighborhood can go from silent fear to loud justice when folks stop being scared and start standing up. So let me ask you, what would you have done if your HOA tried to steal your house? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about right and wrong, about privacy, power, and what real justice looks like in a community like ours.